the poem called Mirror. Mirror. So what do you think that mirror? Why mirror is given as a title to this poem? It reflects the truth, original or authenticity. So let's discuss the poem Mirror, which is written by Sylvia Plath. Right. So what this poem is all about? It is a poem that explores themes of self-perception. Right. Not only self-perception, you also say truth and aging and identity. Self-perception, truth, aging, and identity. Isn't it? It is written from the perspective of a mirror, right? So, which serves as an unflinching observer of reality, right? So, when we talk about the poem called Mirror, the poem is divided into only two stanzas, isn't it? If you see that, let's read that poem. What the poem is all about. I am silver and exact. I have no preconceptions. Whatever I see, I swallow immediately, just as it is. Unmisted by love or dislike, I'm not cruel, only truthful. The eye of a little god, four cornered. Most of the time, I meditate on the opposite wall. It is pink with speckles. I have looked at it so long. I think it is a part of my heart, but it flickers. Faces and darkness separate us over and over. Now I'm a lake. A woman bends over me, searching my reaches for what she really is. Then she turns to those liars, the candles or the moon. I see her back and reflect it faithfully. She rewards me with the tears and an agitation of hands. I'm important to her. She comes and goes. Each morning it is her face that replaces the darkness. In me, she has droned a young girl, and in me, an old woman, righteous towards her day after day, like a terrible face. Isn't it? Now you find out what? You find out the poem that have two stanzas, and it reflects nothing but the emotion, the pain, that the suffering the poet suffers throughout her life. Right. Now, if you talk about Sylvia Plath, you not only read the poem called Mirror, you read the poem Daddy, right? In which also she tells her father description. So, but in this poem, when we talk about these two stanzas, the two stanzas indicates nothing but what the mirror's perspective. Second is called the woman's struggle. The mirror's perspective and the woman's struggle, isn't it? Now, what is that mirror's perspective? When we say that mirror's perspective, it means the mirror describes itself as what? Objective and truthful, isn't it? So, objective and truthful means what is the object of the mirror? To show what the real picture is all about, isn't it? So it reflects exactly what it sees without any prejudice, any bias, or any emotions, isn't it? It emphasizes its honesty. It emphasizes its honesty, not like a human beings who rely on illusions. Illusions means what? Doka, right? So when at the same time, when we talk about, we discuss the object mirror and what its job and duty, isn't it? So at the same time, how does the poet in the second stanza talks about the woman's struggle? So in the second stanza, the mirror transforms into a lake. The mirror transforms into a lake, and where a woman looks at her reflection, searching for her identity. So over time, she grows older and becomes what? Distressed. So it symbolizes the inevitable process. Inevitable means what? Something that surely happened. What is the thing that surely happened? That aging, right or no? We grow old. No one can then so prohibit, no one can stop it. So that's what it indicates, that it symbolizes the inevitable process of aging and the emotional toll it takes on people. Emotional toll it takes on people. So therefore, means if you observe that what the mirror's perspective and the woman's struggle, both are present in this particular point. Now, second thing is called as the themes in the mirror. If I observe that the themes, if you read the whole poem, we draw nothing but called as the truth and objectivity, which we draw. The mirror represents absolute truth. The mirror represents absolute truth. It means it is the soul. No one else can be compared with it. So it reflects things exactly as they are. Right. Second is called as aging and time. The second thing, aging and time. The woman's distress highlights the passage of time and her fear of aging. Right. So third is called as identity and self-perception. When we talk about identity and self-perception, we understand that the woman in the desires what that called as a validation from her reflection. So shows that what struggle with the self-image, isn't it? Now, when we go for when the poem, Sylvia Plath's poem Mirror is suitable because the mirror itself is the central speaker. Who is the speaker here? Mirror is the speaker. Mirror is the central speaker, and it symbolizes throughout the poem. Right. The title effectively captures the poem's themes of self-reflection. So, truth and the passage of time, isn't it? Now, if you look at the line, the mirror as an unbiased observer. How? Now, the poem is written from the perspective of a mirror, means taking the mirror as the narrator, mirror as the speaker, and said that what means a mirror is nothing but claiming to reflect everything truthfully. So without distortion, without bias, right? So in that case, if you talk about the title, highlights the mirror's role in showing reality as it is. It's not like human perception. It is often influencing what it is often influencing, or most of the time influencing by emotions, right? So who? Not mirror, human being. So generally going with nothing but or influencing by emotions. Got my point? So second, it's called as a symbol of self-perception and identity. When we understand the woman in the poem uses the mirror to understand herself, but she struggles with what she sees. She understands that what she finds out when she looks herself before the mirror. But the problem is called that after seeing the reality, she struggles. She struggles with what she sees. She sees that aging, isn't it? So the title itself emphasizes the mirror's role as a medium through which people confront their true selves, right? So another thing you would find out that called as a reflection of aging and time. When we say that reflection of aging and time, means the second stanza shifting the image from a mirror to a lake, and said that what another reflective surface, like not only mirror through which you see yourself. When you look at the calm water that flows, when you see your face, then, or when you look, so you find out your face also, isn't it? So that's why it is stated like the woman sees herself aging, and the mirror or lake captures this transformation truthfully. Right. The title Mirror suggests that the poem is about the harsh reality. Harsh means that culture is something which is a painful realities of growing old, which the mirror reveals without any kindness, without showing mercy, isn't it? So if you talk about that metaphorical and psychological depth, metaphorical means direct comparison and psychological depth, what we find out. The mirror doesn't just reflect physical appearances, so it also symbolizes deeper truths about what self-awareness and existential struggles. Isn't it? The woman's distress slows how people grapple with the changing identities over time. The woman's distress means full of stress, right? So, how people grapple with the changing identities over time. So, all total, you can say the title mirror is justified. Why? Now, because it directly represents the main subject and voice of the poem. Main subject and voice of the poem. And it encapsulates or gives the themes of truth, self perception, and the, you can say, relentless or continuous passage of time. Relentless passage of time, making it what a powerful and a fitting choice for what Sylvia Plath's introspective and hunting point. Introspective means called as a that the thoughtful and hunting, searching point, isn't it? Now, if you go to the poem, let's look at the poem and what does it indicate. The first stanza begins with what I am silver and exact, and I have no preconception. Now, here the mirror describes itself as what? How it appears. It appears silver in color. Silver is what? Now, means a color, like a real mirror. So, obviously, it is if it is stated that mirror is that silver in color and exact. Exact means what? Showing the truth. Right? Now, this is called as a metaphorical one. Or you can say a simile also. Why? Because the mirror describes itself as the silver, right? So it has no preconception. What do you mean by preconception? When we say preconception, it means no fixed ideas or no premeditated thoughts or no bias or no means no you can say partiality, isn't it? Guys, please do not make noise up. So, fixed ideas or biases or no premeditated thoughts. That is what they means. Then speaker here said that what I'm silver and exact. I have no preconception. Pre means before. Conception means before ideas. I have not created any idea that I'm not supposed to tell about someone. Isn't it? Second, it's called as a whatever I see, I swallow immediately. When it is stated, whatever I see, I swallow immediately, it indicates that the mirror swallows. What do you mean by swallows? That taking something or gulping, gulp down, or absorb, isn't it? So the mirror swallows or the mirror absorbs everything it sees right away, isn't it? And it indicates that what it is stated no immediately. So it indicates that or it reflects everything truthfully, and whatever it observes, it reflects the same, right? Just as it is, unmisted by love or dislike. So just as it is, unmisted by love or dislike. So it means the mirror doesn't change; it's a reflection based on what love or affection or dislike or hatred. It always shows the truth. It doesn't go with the bias. If somebody loves to the mirror, it means the mirror tells the means authenticity to it. The mirror shows the some kind of a means opinion for it, and if somebody hates, then some kind of a different opinion for her or him, right on. So the mirror doesn't change. It doesn't change. It's a reflection. So therefore, it is called as just as it is, unmisted or unmisted by love or dislike. So I'm not cruel, only truthful. The mirror says that it is not cruel. Cruel means that called as I'm not unkind. I'm not unkind or means or I'm cruel to anyone. But I tell simply truth. Isn't it? So the eye of a little bird four cornered. The eye of a little bird four cornered. So mirror is considered as the means a little god, right? Who presents everywhere, right? Who looks everything, isn't it? So if you say that the mirror compares itself to the eye of a god, right? It means God who can see or who see all and everything, which is truth, right or no? So all seeing and truthful and says means that the mirror now is a four-corner. So it is four-corner. It means it has, or yeah, it has a rectangular or square shape like a real mirror, isn't it? So most of the time I meditate on the opposite wall. So when it is stated that most of the time I meditate on the opposite wall, it means the mirror spends most of its time looking at the wall that presents in front of it, right? So meditate means what? Meditate means called it to focus something deeply. So you find out that the mirror was hung on the one side, the opposite side is the wall. That wall may be the pink or white or black or blue, whatever. But all the time the mirror reflects nothing but the means the opposite wall. So it creates the kind of a relationship with that wall. So that is what it is stated. Most of the time I meditate or I focus deeply on the opposite wall. It is pink with the speckles. So which one is pink and speckles? So that the opposite wall, the wall that in front of the mirror. So how it appears? It appears light red color, pink in color, and it has speckles. Speckles means called as a small spot marks, isn't it? So small spot mark. The mirror has been looking at it for a long time. The mirror has been looking at it for a long time. So that's why I have looked at it so long. So it is also said that I think it is a part of my heart. I think it is a part of my heart, but it flickers. Now, how come that the means wall becomes the part of mirror's heart? At the same time, the mirror says that it also flickers. When I say flickers, what do you mean by flickers? That called as a sometime it appears, sometime it doesn't. How? Now, the mirror feels emotionally connected to the red wall, red light wall, isn't it? So, how it is connected all the time? Now, obviously, somebody who stays with someone or something for a long period of time, it creates a kind of a bonding with it, isn't it? So, like that, the mirror also finds out a kind of a connection with the wall, isn't it? So, but the mirror says that it flickers. It flickers means that the wall, opposite wall in front of it, flickers or changes. So, why and how? Now, when people pass in front of it, when people pass in front of it, obviously people takes the place of that wall, isn't it, or covers the wall. So, therefore, means it flickers, it changes, isn't it? Faces and darkness separate us over and over. Right. When we say that faces and darkness, it means what? Now, people who all the time come in front of the mirror to see their faces. At the same time, the wall covers. Right. Second is called as darkness. So when you go to the bed during night time, you switch off your light and you find out darkness. Darkness also cannot allow the mirror to see the means opposite wall, isn't it? So people faces that reflects and darkness nighttime when the mirror cannot reflect anything. Keep breaking the mirror's focus on the wall. I hope you are clear with this. So this is what the first stanza where we find out the mirror tells its story, isn't it? Now in the stanza two, what do we find out? The mirror becomes a lake. The mirror becomes a lake. And what does the mirror say? Now I am a lake. Now I am a lake. A woman bends over me. Now I am a lake and a woman bends over me. It means the mirror compares herself into a lake, right? So it shows nothing but a reflective surfaces of water, isn't it? A woman bends over. A woman bends over me. What do you mean by that? Now it says that when a woman leans forward to look at her reflection, a woman wants to see herself before me, right? So searching my reaches for what she really is. So the woman is looking deep into the reflection. The woman is looking deep into the reflection to understand her true self. So she tries to find out. She goes deeper part into me. So she reaches or she tries to find out. She indicate here the point states that what means when the mirror states itself as the lake. So and the woman then tries to find out into the deeper lake or deeper water of the lake, right? Deep water of the lake, isn't it? Then she turns to those liars. So here we find out that mirror is compared with the lake. That similarity, mirror and lakes are similar. Second is called as a, then she turns to those liars, the candle or the moon. Now, who are the liars? The candles and the moon are the liars. Why? Now, the poet states that the woman also looks at the candles and the moon, which are called liars. Why? Because their soft light that hides imperfection, that hides imperfections. They are not like the honest mirror. It means the mirror sees whatever means it presents, right? It shows. But moon and candle, they are the liars because they are not like the honest mirror. So they hide imperfection. Imperfection means if whatever your means negative things, so that they don't show. Candle. So if you look, means what time you use candle during night time. So what does it do? It disappears the means it does what? It hides the darkness. So when you see yourself before the means what candle, you find out the glow. Yes. So, these are the means. This is the final semester. Yes. Okay. So what did I tell you? So when you talk about the candles, what do you find out? That in front of the candle, when you see, you find out there is a glowness that you find out on your face, right or not? So and moon, right? So moon and candles both are the liars. When you look at the moon, also you find out it's far from you, but at the same time it also shines. It also shines, and you cannot see the actual things that you have. It only shows nothing but your face. It shows only your face in means a candlelight or means a moon. You can't see the actual things, reality. You only see the face, right? Maybe your black spots maybe hide because you can't see it clearly. Can you see it clearly? Means during darkness. So you go outside, you find out that the moon is there, right? So you can see the person. It's somehow called as not a clear face, not the clear appearance. Yes, it doesn't show the means proper or called as a clear means figure, clear figure. In means candlelight also, what do you see? You only see means if you go near to it, you find out that the glow, right? Glow on the face of the human being, isn't it? So one side you find out the shine, and the other side you would find out not the actual figure, somehow called as a dark, right? Not the clear figure. Uh, okay. So did you understand that how it makes a comparison? So one is called as a candle, and the another is called as a moon, and the third one is the mirror. So three are there. Mirror tells the reality. Mirror tells the reality, whereas the candle shows the glow at the same time, not tell the actual things. Right. Third is called as a moon, through which you can see, shadowy type. Right. Not the actual, somehow called as a not clear. Right. Hidden the originality. But mirror shows the actual, what you have that you find out. Clear my point? Now, next is called as a means then she turns to those lights, the candles or the moon, right? The woman also looks at candles, looks at the moon, so which are called lights because their soft light that hides the imperfection. So not like the honest mirror, isn't it? Now I see her back. I see her back and reflected faithfully. I see her back and reflected faithfully. So the mirror says that what the mirror sees the woman's back, right? When the woman turns away, when the woman turns away and still reflects it faithfully. Right. So it means whatever it shows, that it tries to present truthfully. Clear my point? So she rewards me with the tears. So who rewards me with tears? That the woman, when she sees the originality, when she sees the actual things, she finds out that my face that turns wrinkled, I'm getting old. My hair that turns gray, silvery in color. So I'm not looking how it I supposed to, isn't it? So I'm not that youth, young age. So my youngest turns to old, age old, isn't it? Now at that time she finds the kind of sadness, she suffers, she feels the kind of a pain, isn't it? So that is what it is stated. The woman reacts with the tears, right? She rewards me with the tears. Now, what is the and when she feels the pain, suffering, sadness, so mirror tells that what it is the reward of her. Mirror finds out that what it is the reward. Now, how does the mirror will get the reward? Now, mirror gets the reward when the emotion emotion comes out from the woman, right or no? So the mirror sees the woman's back when she turns away and still reflects faithfully or truthfully. And at the same time, when the poet says that the woman reacts with tears, crying, and agitation of hands. So moving her hands restlessly, showing sadness or frustration, showing sadness or frustration. So that sadness, frustration, then after you can say that crying, all these are nothing but called as the reward of means mirror. I'm important to her, she comes and goes, right? So I'm important to her. Who is important to whom? So yeah, I'm important. The mirror is important to the woman, right? Every morning she comes and goes, isn't it? So the mirror is important or necessary to the woman. She keeps coming back to look at herself, isn't it? So each morning it is her face that replaces the darkness. Each morning it is her face that replaces darkness. It indicates that every morning when the light comes, the woman face appears in the mirror, right? Replacing what? The darkness of night. In me, she has droned a young girl. In me, it means in front of the mirror that the woman, during from her childhood to till the young age, and turn the middle and old. So you can say that she has droned, isn't it? So the woman, was once young, but over time, what happened? Her youth has droned. Youth has drone. Drone means what? Disappear. How it disappear? Time passes and the woman also turns, young to old, child to young, young to old, isn't it? So in the mirror's reflection, now that woman is aging, isn't it? So that is why in me she has grown a young girl. It means in front of me she has grown a young girl, and her young girl has been disappeared and turned into old. Isn't it? Now she is aging. Rises towards her day after day like a terrible fish. Rises toward her day after day like a terrible fish means it indicates that the old woman images the old woman image that rises. Rises means appears. How it appears? Appears in the mirror every day. So, like a terrible face is a terrible face means called as a frightening image, frightening picture, and symbolizing what? Symbolizing aging and decay. Aging and decay. So, this clearly indicating what means the point describes a mirror that always tells a truth without any emotion. So, and the poet also says that a woman looks at her reflection to understand herself, but becomes sad as she sees herself aging. Third age called as the mirror represents truth, while the lake represents deep self-reflection. The candles and moon represents what? Illusion, which comfort people by hiding their mistakes. flaws. So the terrible face at the end of the poem represents nothing but the fear of growing old by that woman, isn't it? So, all total, if you say, Sylvia Plath's poem Mirror is a deeply means introverted, introspective piece. So, that explores themes of truth, self perception, aging, and existential anxiety. Existential anxiety means what? To turn young all the time, right? So, the poem is written in free verse. Free verse means called as a means no regular rhyming scheme, right? So, or you can say with no rhyme scheme, right? Or regular meter, which gave it a natural reflective tone. So, if you see that what the the truth and objective can be identified through the line called as a silver and exact, right? How I appear. So even if you see that the term called as a terrible face, that indicates fear of aging, right? So, or you talk about the candles or the moon, they are nothing but indicating about the flaws, mistake, or means struggle for self identity that the woman tries to find out. So, you can say that what means the poem symbolizes nothing but called as a symbolizes mirror as nothing but the speaker and personified as an observer of truth, as an observer of truth, acting as the poem's speaker, like the mirror itself has written the poem, right? It reflects nothing, or it represents self-examination, honesty, and unfiltered reality. Unfiltered reality. So, and here in the second stanza, when the poet used the leg, the mirror transforms into a leg. So that again indicating another reflective surface, right? So it's not like the rigid mirror. It's not like the rigid mirror. The lake has a depth. The lake suggested nothing but the emotional and psychological complexity. So the woman tries to look beyond the surface to understand herself, but she is unable to escape the reality, isn't it? Got my point. So, and when we talk about the candles and the moon, we find out the mirror calls the candles and the moon as the liars, as they do not reveal the truth completely. So these symbols represents what? Illusions, comfort, and the way people try to avoid reality, isn't it? So, and the next is called as the terrible face. The old woman that rising like a terrible face is an hunting image of aging and decay. The comparison of human and fish suggests what? Something ugly, bad, ugly, cold, and surely about life's truth that is growing old. Right.